You know what's terrifying? Right now, there might be another version of you watching this video, and another version who never clicked it. One of you keeps scrolling. One of you changes your life. And if the multiverse theory is even remotely true, both of them exist. Now imagine this. Somewhere there's a universe where you asked your crush out. Another where you never met them. Another where they asked you out. And in one absolutely cursed universe, you still think pineapple belongs on pizza? That universe deserves extinction. The crazy part? Physics doesn't completely reject this idea. Some interpretations of quantum mechanics suggest reality could split. It's called the many worlds interpretation. Nobody has proven it's real. Nobody has proven it's impossible either. Which is exactly why your brain is about to have a crisis. Because if every possibility exists, then somewhere you're rich, you're famous, you're broke, you're married, you're single, you're Batman. Okay, maybe not Batman. Copyright exists in almost every universe. People hear this theory and think, I wish I lived in the better universe. Wrong question. Because you don't control the other universes. You only control this one. And that's where psychology enters the chat. Your brain is basically Netflix. Every day it releases new episodes called What If? What if I fail? What if she laughs? What if everyone secretly hates me? What if I die tomorrow? What if I accidentally send that screenshot to the person I screenshotted? That one is a horror movie. Anxiety is basically your imagination working overtime without getting paid. It's like having a bodyguard who punches everyone, including your friends. It thinks it's protecting you. Instead, it's ruining the party. Imagine your brain as a movie director. Normal brain. Let's imagine success. Anxiety. How about 27 disasters? Normal brain. That's a bit much. Anxiety. I've already made trailers. Your ego isn't much better. Ego is that one friend who loses one argument and suddenly starts a TED Talk. It whispers, you are always right. The multiverse laughs. Because somewhere else, another version of you is convinced they are right too. Imagine thousands of versions of yourself all arguing online. That's basically Twitter. Here's something funny. Let's say you got into a fight with your best friend. Universe. A. You refuse to apologize. 3 years later, you don't even remember what the fight was about. Universe B. You send one awkward message. Hey, my bad. 5 words. Friendship saved. Crazy how tiny decisions rewrite entire stories. Not because the universe changed, because you did. People think character development is dramatic. Epic speeches, sad background music, training montages. Reality? Character development is replying instead of ignoring, listening instead of waiting to speak. Going to the gym when your bed whispers, bro, tomorrow. Tomorrow is the biggest scam artist alive. Here's a fact. Your brain physically changes based on repeated actions. Scientists call it neuroplasticity. Translation? Every habit is literally rewiring your brain. You're constantly editing yourself without realizing it. You're basically downloading updates, except unlike Windows, hopefully you don't restart at the worst possible time. Depression works differently. Anxiety fears the future. Depression keeps replaying the past. It's like your brain hired 2 employees. One predicts disasters. The other replays failures. Neither one pays rent. Now imagine the multiverse again. There are infinite versions of you. But only one gets to decide what happens after this video ends. Not the confident version. Not the rich version. Not the perfect version. This one. The messy one. The tired one. The one watching while pretending they'll sleep early tonight. Yeah. Good luck with that. Here's something nobody tells you. The happiest people aren't people without fear. They're people who kept moving while fear sat in the passenger seat. Fear can come. It just doesn't get to touch the steering wheel. Think about every movie you've ever loved. The hero isn't born awesome. Tony Stark starts as an arrogant billionaire. Walter White starts as an underpaid chemistry teacher. Arthur Morgan starts as an outlaw. Every great story begins with someone who isn't ready. So why are you waiting to become perfect before starting yours? Maybe the multiverse isn't about infinite universes. Maybe it's just a metaphor. Every decision kills one future and creates another. You don't wake up as a different person overnight. You become them one decision at a time. Maybe the universe doesn't split. Maybe you do. Into the person who gave up, or the person who kept going. Into the one ruled by ego, or the one who chose humility. Into the one controlled by fear, or the one who acted anyway. So here's today's challenge. Before you leave, ask yourself one question. What would the version of me that I secretly admire do next? Then do exactly that. Not tomorrow. Not Monday. Not after motivation magically appears. Today. Because somewhere, another version of you is hoping you finally make the choice they never did. And maybe, just maybe, that's the version who wishes they were living your life instead. If this video bent your brain even a little, subscribe. Because next time, we're talking about a theory that says you've already died millions of times. And somehow, you're still here. Sleep well.